And over to the balls in the hole, baby. Let's go.
Welcome to episode 2 of Course Stamps. Today we're going to be covering a course that's local to me, the club at Eaglebrooke in Lakeland, Florida. And I got to tell you, for a municipal course or a public course, semi-private, whatever you want to call it, it's pretty dang good. But I'm going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to keep it a little bit more short and sweet to the point. We're going to have 3 talking points. One is the course, the layout, how's it play, the signature holes, like all the cool stuff about the course, and if it's good quality, etc. We'll talk a little bit about pace of play for number 2, and then number 3, the value. How much does it cost? Is it worth it? Is it worth traveling to? Or if you live, in the area, if you've never played it, is it worth the money? We'll cover all that. All right, let's dive right into number 1. So when you pull into the course, you'll see a very large practice area on the right. Huge putting green with lots of slope, undulations, lots of targets, a really good putting green. They've got a chipping area that's pretty decent. You can get some bunker shots in or longer chip/pitch shots. And then they've got driving range where they alternate from the right to the left and make sure there's not too many divots and dirt and sand. So practice facilities are amazing. The greens at this course are really, they're solid. For a public course, they roll great. They're quick but not too fast. You do get some holes with a lot of break. You get some holes with 2 tiers or some, undulations in the green. Overall, the quality of the greens is great. It's a challenging course. There's lots of water, lots of hazards, OB. It's a longer course too. So, you're 6,400 yards up to around 7,000 yards if you play the tips. So really they have options for everybody from beginner to, really good players. So the course layout itself is fun. If you slice a lot, the back nine's going to eat you alive. There's island fairways. There's long par 3s over water. There's tee shots that you got to carry water. There's lots of trouble. So if you don't bring your A game, you could definitely score pretty high. The good thing is the putting and around the greens is really good. So if your short game's top notch or your putting's on fire, you're going to score well. And then tee shots obviously are important. But overall, for like a public course, it's pretty challenging, but it's fun. It's one that we like to splurge and play around here. I'd say the overall course itself, I give it a 4 out of 5, which to me is an elite territory. That's an elite public course. Number 2, pace of play. I've played here quite a few times, and I can't think of a single time that I've been truly bad backed up. I've had some where they were a little bit slower, but hey, you get around 4 hours in a round playing here. Pace of play was solid. They don't really have rangers that come out too often, but occasionally they'll come out and kind of hurry people along. I'm assuming people are complaining maybe. But overall pace of play, I give that a 4 out of 5. It's also elite for a public course. I played there 20, 30 times and haven't really had a pace issue there. You get your rounds done and go. So 4 out of 5 for pace of play. And number 3, value. So this course kind of ranges. So originally, probably a year or 2 ago, right after COVID, the prices were down a little bit. You're probably paying $60, $70, which I think is a good value for the course. This last summer and fall, they went all the way up to 110. For 110 it's a stretch, but right now I think it's in a sweet spot. It's sitting right around $60, I think, $60, $70, which for this quality of course I think is good. So if you want to go play a cheaper course, there's certainly plenty of options around here in Lakeland and Tampa, even Orlando if you want. But $60, I think it's a good bang for your buck. When it gets up to 110, it's a little bit much. I think a 3.5 out of 5 is probably a good measure. It's just above average, but it's not, in the elite bang for your buck price point. Overall, I think it's a fun course if you need to challenge yourself or you want to play a little bit farther back. I think it's a great course. The club at Eaglebrook, Lakeland, Florida. Check it out. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll be posting up more courses as I go.